Hello class, today we are going to have a special lesson on Venom the Madness from, if we can see it, Venom, whoa, let's zoom in, Planet of the Symbiotes. Back from, I'm going to guess sometime in the 90s. My good buddy Zenith Fort, that's his YouTube name, gave this to me while I said, hey, do a review on this, and after some threats and some violence and some unpleasant language, I agreed. Just kidding. But anyways, here we have the packaging here. So we can see this big honkin' Venom in there with all these extra little heads, and we can see there it has surprise attack heads. That sounds... I'm gonna have to stop because that could get be really dirty really quickly. And it includes a symbiotic wall crawler. I'm guessing that's what this gooish thing over there is. So we can see in there we've got Venom. He's got all these extra arms and these extra heads, and he's got the big tongue, which it's reminiscent of what Eric Larson drew him like that, Mark Bagley, not so much Todd McFarlane. You can see the package itself, if we can see a little bit more of that. The whole thing is kind of a large Venom head, and there you can see back there his teeth and the slime. I don't know what the deal is with the slime. I don't know who started that, but they deserve a kick in the nuts, because I just can't stand that. And we can see it's from the era of the Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s. So that's kind of the image there. And even the head kind of looks similar to that. And let's see. Choking hazard, small parts. Don't give this to your 3-year-old, because they might decide to try and eat it and choke to death. I'm really looking for a date on here. There we go. Trademark, copyright, 1996. There you go. This thing is, what, 14 years old? So, we have Venom the Madness. During a battle, the fearsome Juggernaut pushed Venom into a vat of chemical waste, and when he emerged, he became the Toxic Avenger. No, I'm just kidding. The effects of the chemicals began to drive him insane. Okay, Venom was arguably insane already, so he's insane-er. Especially if he was taking on Juggernaut. That was not wise on his part. On the edge of losing his mind, he already did, Venom discovered that the exposure to the chemical brought him brand new symbiotic powers. Recovering from the negative side effects of the chemicals, Venom now intends to use his new powers to his self-proclaimed mission to protect the innocent. Oh, this is back when we said Venom had to be a lethal protector. Oh, was that ever tired very quickly. So, if we look here, see if I can show you that. We have press button on back to extend attack symbiotic heads. So we'll have to give that a whirl because, I guess, that picture there is really ugly if that's supposed to be Venom. Doesn't look anything like him. Anyways, so some other figures that we got here. We've got Lasher, tentacle whipping action, Scream, the living tendril hair. That, I believe, although that's more yellow, I believe that was the original design for Carnage. I believe Carnage was supposed to be a chick originally. There's Venom the Madness, Riot with launching attack arms, and Hybrid with pincer wing action. Okay. And underneath, just because we need more goofy Spider-Man kind of toys, we've got Vampire, Spider Goblin, and Man Lizard. Okay. And plus, because we got lots of room, we got to show more toys. There's some for the Hulk, Grey Hulk, Savage Hulk, and the Leader. And some more Hulk toys, the Abomination, Rampaging Hulk. Isn't that really all of them? Seriously. Anyways, She-Hulk with Gamma Crossbow, like she needs it. And then some X-Men Mutant Monsters. We got Sugar Man. I don't even know what the hell that is. It looks like MODOK. Transformed Wolverine, looking like, I don't know. And then Dark Beast, which I think was a thing. There was Dark Beast who beat up and kidnapped Real Beast, and then hilarity ensued. I don't know. Anyways, you can show that how old this is. The state comics were in at the time. They sucked. And, but, at any rate, sorry, rambling on. We're going to open this large Venom figure, and we'll have a look at Venom the Madness. So I'll be back in a second. We've got Venom the Madness out of his packaging, so we can have a closer look at him. I'll just give you a quick 360 view of the figure here. There, we've got the button there on the back. Ooh, that big spider symbol that he has, which Spider-Man in the black costume had, of course. So there he is. Now, in terms of the paint, or the coloring, I mean, it's what we'd expect more or less from Venom, except for all these extra heads, but he's got the big spider crest on his chest. We've got it on his back. Notably now, I think it depended on who was drawing it. There's no white tabs on top of his hands, which I believe Spider-Man had when he wore the black costume. But clearly, Venom does not. And the eyes, you know what? They're bright white, and his teeth are kind of yellowish, and we can see that he's got some gums there. Maybe he should go see a dentist. And his tongue, of course, is that bright red color, which moves a little bit. And the other thing is that the whole figure throughout is sprayed with kind of a greenish, snot greenish color. I don't think it's supposed to be his drool. I think it's supposed to be the idea that he was dumped in that vat of toxic waste. And let's face it, all toxic waste is green. It's never anything else. I don't understand that. But that's why he has that on him. And the extra heads, you know what? Well, kind of similar, except just to make sure that we know which one is the real one, this one, all the eyes are red, and these ones don't really do much of anything. Now, in terms of the mold, there's an impressive amount of detail on this figure. We can tell it's definitely, you know, modeled after the comic book character, because we can see all the muscle and how it looks like it is just kind of a skin-tight suit over top of him, except he always has the boots, which I know the current Venom, or the Matt Gargan Venom, I think the current Venom is going to be someone else. But at any rate, he always got the boots, which I'm used to, but seems kind of weird. But we can even see on the hands, we can see the individual bones, how it comes to the claws or the fingernails there. And even on the little extra arms, we can see all the musculature on there. And again, his teeth, whoa, sorry, can we get that? Highly detailed there, even his tongue. And he's even got ridges on the top of his head here, which is very cool. So, a very good mold, a very good figure in that respect. Now, in terms of the articulation, you know what? You're not going to do a whole lot with this thing. His head goes side to side. That's really it. The tongue moves a little bit, but I don't think you're going to do too much with that. His arms rotate, and that's it. There's no other joint. They just go around. These extra arms, they move because they're made of a soft plastic, but you're not going to really pose them. The other arm, that's going to move all the way around. And the legs, they move. They rotate as well if we move his arm there. We might be able to get that one all the way around. This one we might be able to as well. Oh! Can we do that? Just about. There we go. However, that's it for the articulation. And the thing is, especially with the legs, if you don't leave them in the one position, you're never going to stand this figure up. They pretty much have to stay there. And that's going to be it. Not too much else we can do with that. Now, in terms of the gimmick for this figure, because we need to have figures with gimmicks, he has that hidden attack head attack, or something stupid like that. Anyways, we have this button here on the back, and if we press it, can we see that? A few of the heads spring up. It's like he's just got a really bad case of bacne. And the more that I goof around with this thing, the heads don't always pop back into place. But, I mean, yeah, get really close to my shoulder, and then, bam! You're going to take one in the face. Yeah, I know. It might be good if he was a hockey player. Maybe the Leafs could pick him up. Anyways, you know, in terms of gimmick, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Now, these little bits in his hands, they're this very soft plastic. I guess they're supposed to be whips or something, or kind of like his tongue. They're very loose, and they just kind of whip around there. The thing is, they don't come out. I don't know how well we'll be able to get it on the camera, but they have been hot glued into place. Even on the figure, I don't know if we can still see it, but there are places where you can see the little strands of hot glue still attached. Which, you know, which is too bad. These things are stupid. I really dislike these. I guess they had to have Venom have some kind of attack weapon. But you can really get the sense that this was added as a secondary thing. They went, oh crap, Venom isn't carrying any weapons. Well, that's because Venom doesn't. He doesn't need to. These things are stupid, and I think they really take away from the figure itself. Again, the extra arms, they move a little bit, but they're kind of cool. Now, the other thing that this figure came with, it was like the symbiote gooey thing. It comes in this little shell here. Let's move Venom back a little further. And I think that's supposed to resemble Venom's head. We can see in here the teeth, and we've got the eyes there. And I guess this would be the back of his head. So what we can do is we can open this thing, and oh, what's that? It's a little, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick up the detail, but it's one of those slimy, plastic, sticky things that you would throw on the wall and watch it slowly work its way down, and it's stretchy. You know those sticky hands you used to get in gumball machines? It's that kind of thing. Except we can see here the eyes and the teeth of a symbiote. So it's supposed to be kind of like Venom, except a gooey symbiote slime green version of it. This is the kind of thing that attracts cat hair and dust and is not good for much else. I really don't know the point of this, besides the fact that they decided that this figure needed some extra little gimmicky thing. So we'll put that back in here because I'm sure the cat will love it, but I'm sure I won't enjoy cleaning up the mess. So there we go. Now this Venom figure, I have to say, for the most part, I do like this figure. It's very nice. It's an incredible mold. It's incredible. It's very sturdy. And for the fact that there's very little articulation, he just looks like he's ready to rip your face open. The things that detract from it are mainly these things here. These are just stupid. I don't know why they put them in, and they really irritate me. I don't know, it's just bad. And the gimmick, you know what, the gimmick sucks. But it doesn't really detract from the figure. It would have been nice to have some waist articulation, but I don't know if that's the reason they can't. But these are just kind of stupid. But it is a decent looking figure anyway. I think this did happen to Venom where he had the extra heads and the extra arms. I don't really remember because I didn't follow the Venom comics well much at all. But I think this was canon from the comics. Anyways, so if I were to give this figure a grade, I think this figure would get a grade of, a B. The mold is awesome, the colors are good, it's just got some extra things in it that do kind of suck. The symbiote thing it comes with is really just annoying, and these little whips on his hands frustrate the living hell out of me. And I would have liked a little more articulation. However, I believe that is going to be our lesson on Venom the Madness. Thank you very much. Class is dismissed.